Good evening, and welcome back to another live edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. If you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know. Welcome back, family. Welcome back. Oh, we already got Hotshot in the house. What's up, Hotshot? What's up? She said, come on with it, Matt. What it do? You know what it is. You already know what it is. We are talking tonight. I'm giving y'all an update. A part two. A part two that I didn't expect to come so quickly. But we're going to be talking about that here in just a few moments. But Hotshot, you already know how we start this party off, right? I got to get some music playing here. So let me give y'all an appropriate selection for tonight's title. Let's do that. Let me open up some music here, and of course, we're gonna see what good old YouTube has to say about this. When I try to use old music, y'all, because they let you slide when that music is like really old. So that's kind of why I come with the let's see, this one is going to be appropriate. The lyrics for this one is going to be a little appropriate. So let me mute it while the ad's on. Okay, let's get past this ad. I'm gonna skip it, and then we're gonna get this party started, y'all. We're going to get this party started. I'm excited to share the story with y'all tonight, y'all. You know how we do. We're going to open up with some scripture, and scripture that is appropriate to the subject matter, of course. And then we're going to keep it going here. We're going to keep it going. What's up, family? You watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. All right, we got the music here. Let's switch the feeds. And let me see who's in the house, y'all, before we get started. Okay, we got Ashley in the house. What's up, Ashley? What is up? Thank you for joining. All right, y'all. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this music on, let a few people get into the chat. And y'all know I got I try to get this stuff going, y'all, but I go nonstop from the time my feet hit the floor till the time they go back up on the bed, all right? Or the sofa, depending on what I got going on. Like, you know, they got some hot movies dropping here. I'm waiting for July the 2nd to hit. I'm not going to stay up till midnight to watch this next one, but I'm looking forward to watching the sequel to the Old Guard on Netflix, y'all. That was a very, very, very good movie for me. So let me get this started with some music, y'all, while I step away and go get the tea. I'm drinking soursop tea tonight, so I got to go drop a couple tea bags in the hot water, the mug, and I'm gonna come back and we'll get this party started. So let me get this popping off with a little bit of D-Train, y'all. Keep on. All right, we're going to get it started like that, y'all. This is Keep On. This is D-Train, y'all. Get up on that D-Train. For y'all new school cats that ain't never heard no old school music, y'all, please get up on some D-Train. It's hot. It ain't hot like it is outside, depending on where you live. But it's still hot, y'all. It's still hot. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'll be right back. Please enjoy this selection for tonight. Again, this is Keep On by D-Train. He said it 5 times already, right? So you already know what the title of the song is. So listen to the words, because they apply to the title of this video and what we're going to be talking about. I'll be right back, y'all. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford.
The strength of your mind, you can be set free. You can overcome your past. Search deep inside, and you will see. Time has come at last. Keep on, yeah. Keep on, no. You can make it if you only try. Don't stop reaching till you touch the sky. Life has many ups and downs. Put your feet on solid ground. Keep on. Keep on. Yeah. Keep on. inside, and you will see. Zion has come and keep on, yeah. Keep on, keep on. You gotta keep on. Keep on, keep on. You gotta keep on. Keep on. You gotta keep on. Keep on. Keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky's the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be who you are. Sky's the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky's the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be who you are. Sky's the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky's the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be who you are. Sky's the limit, and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky's the limit, and you know that you can have what you want. Be who you are. Reaching the top, don't you give up for nothing. Keep on till you get by.
What's up, tour girl? What's up, fam? Green Tambourine, what's up? Y'all come on in, tap that like button, y'all. Tap that like button, that's gonna let them know we up in here, y'all. Hope y'all had a good, happy Tuesday. Hope y'all were productive today. I see you too. I see you over there. 6 people in. Y'all come on in. Come on and tap that like button for me, y'all. Tap that like button as you're coming in. You gotta let the people know we're broadcasting live, y'all. You're listening to D-Train. Keep on, y'all. So keep on tapping that like button, all right? Tea is hot, y'all. Tea is hot. And I ain't trying to break no sweat. Let me step away one more time. Make sure the air's on. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. That was D-Train. Keep on. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's close this down and let's get this party started, y'all. Let me get another tab open here just in case I need it. All right. Got my towel. We ready. Got my tea. Got my water. We ready. We ready. If they ain't in, they're going to come in. If they ain't in, they're going to come in. What's up, Mariah Stella? Thank you for joining. All right, family. Let's get this party started. Let's get it started, y'all. Be sure to tap that like button for me on your way in. We need to alert more people, let them know we're live. I know a lot of people that were online for the live that we did on Sunday night. They probably want to hear this update. So y'all tap that like button for me. That's going to help me out big time. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Welcome. Welcome back to another live edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. For those of you that are new, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for finding the title interesting enough to click on. For those of you who are new, also, you're definitely going to want to watch part 1, and I've already put the link to that in the description box. Okay. So now I got to share this update with you guys. Okay. I got to share this update because this was interesting. This was very interesting, y'all. I was not ready for this. Let me begin by saying that y'all know I'm always on here talking about the moon cycles. I'm on here talking about your different astrological placements. I'm on here talking about knowing your natal chart, okay? Knowing your natal chart. And let me tell you something. This morning, it started right out the gate. With a YouTube studio notification that I got, which led to me checking for any comments that I didn't respond to, because sometimes when you're just in your regular browser or whatever, and you're logged in under whatever account you broadcast from, sometimes you don't see all of the sometimes you don't see all of the comments. So for those of y'all that, it may seem like a comment went unnoticed, I'm here to let y'all know that it's not that I'm not responding to it. It's more or less, am I not seeing it? Okay, I probably didn't see it. So what I've tried to get better at is looking into YouTube Studio, because YouTube Studio will show me everything that it is that I need to see as far as who's commented and done what. All right. So started out right with a comment that I needed to respond to. And I may talk about that a little bit toward the end, but that actually led to, I felt like that fed into what this video is. I tell y'all all the time, a lot of times my content is not like, sometimes it's dropped in my lap and literally like, okay, you need to do a video regarding this subject matter. And tonight is no different. It's typical. It's par for the course for that. So, that happened, and I didn't think anything of it. I said, okay, this is a one-off. But then I had to take my dog to the groomer today for an appointment, and boom, here's number 2. I'm like, what is going on today? And it immediately made me check the moon cycle. So I go to take my dog to the groomer, and the person, and I'm not going to say the name of the company or whatever like that, but the person that is there to take care of the dog, they are. This is funny. It's just funny. Like, you drop them off. They're like, okay, what is he getting today? And this is the same place I always take the dog to get groomed, but this is a different groomer. And she says, okay, well, what do you want to get done today? And I said, listen, I want to get a cut. I want to get a standard cut for this type of dog, this breed. And his hair's a little long, but my wife gave me very specific instructions. She said, don't shave him really close, because the last time he got shaved really close, sometimes it irritates their skin and they get, it just bothers them, and it takes them a while for that to heal. It could take like a week, maybe a little longer, if your dog gets shaved too close. Now, when you're dealing with some of these hairier breeds, some of y'all who are dog owners, this. If you're not brushing them on a regular basis, or it's, it's a lot of moisture, raining a lot, and they're going outside, if you're not paying attention, the hair can mat a little bit. And sometimes they need to get underneath it by going a little bit closer on the shave. So I said, listen, my wife said, don't shave him really close. So if y'all will honor that, it works for me. And she's like, well, if he's matted, then, we're going to have to shave him close or whatever to get rid of the mats. And I said, okay, if you got to do that, here's her number, call her. And I'm like, she clapped back at me real quick. She says, well, when you sign this paper, you're agreeing to let me do whatever it is I need to do. I said, I'm not telling you that you can't do what it is that you need to do. I'm just asking you to call her, because she gave me specific instructions to tell y'all not to shave the dog close. So if y'all need to shave the dog close, look, I'm a soldier. I just follow orders. If y'all need to shave the dog close, here's her number. Call her and tell her what you're doing, so it doesn't look like I came back home. I brought the dog back home and wasn't listening when she gave me instructions on how she wanted the dog cut. And I'm looking at her like, y'all celebratory month is over with. So why are you giving me all this masculine energy? Like really, like, I ain't saying nothing, but you starting to get a little bit, you starting to get a little bit in your masculine energy, and my radar is picking it up. I'm looking at her like, yo, pipe that down. Look, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Pipe that down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a different video one week talking about the thing that people get messed up with Libra risings. Okay, I'll talk about that in another video. Shout out to my fellow Libra risings. Anyway, so she's clapping back on me, and I'm like, what is going on here? And now the other girls in there, I said, listen, y'all, look, there's 3 other girls in there, including the one who did them the last time. I wasn't even paying attention because I'm dealing with this energy right here. And I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, maybe she a little bit got a little anger management issues. She's a little gothic. She got the spike earrings in her lips and in her nose and around her eye and everything. And I don't judge. I'm just looking at what's going on. And I'm like, you really starting to trip because I'm not finna argue with you, and I'm paying you to take care of my dog. I'm not paying you to argue with you on how to take care of my dog. So I'll tell the other girls in there, I'm like, look, y'all, listen, I'm a man. Y'all are women. I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to empathize with me just a little bit. All I'm asking, y'all know I just told you, she told me to get the dog cut this way. You're telling me you might have to cut it this way. I'm telling you, I'm fine with that, but call her first because I want her to be the one to say, okay, go ahead and do it. That's all. That's real simple, right? Is that too hard a request? The other girl's laughing, no. And this girl right here, well, when you sign this paper, I said, look, we're not going to do this. I said, here's her number. She says, fine, I'll call her. I said, yeah, when you get ready to call. No. I'm going to call her right now. I said, okay, fine. That's cool. See you. Deuces. Have a nice day. I'm walking out. And y'all, I got about halfway to the car. And I said, wait a minute. I'm not going to let this chick groom my dog. Her energy ain't right. And y'all know animals pick up energy. Especially when y'all got them spiritual ones, they pick up a lot of. Some animals absorb energy. Some of them animals are like cancer. They absorb energy, and I'm like, I'm not finna subject my dog to this chick's energy. So, y'all, I turned right back around and I went in there and I said, excuse me, other chick on the computer. I said, can you pull up? Tell me who's the last person to groom my dog. She looked it up. And then the other girl came out of the back, the cool one. She said, it was me. I said, okay, I thought you looked familiar. She said, yeah. And she loves him. Like, as soon as he came in, she's like, yeah, he's so spoiled, blah, 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 blah. She loves my dog. My dog loves her. But this other one, she in the back, and I'm watching her brush his legs, and he looking at me like, save me. So when she said I was the last one to cut him, I said, I want you to groom him again. She said, you want me to do it? I said, yes, please. I would like, I don't want this girl right here to do him. I want you to groom my dog. Because I'm thinking, because you giving me attitude, I don't know how you gonna handle my dog when I'm gone now. You might get a little rough with him. He might pick up your negative energy and might not want to deal with you. And he might give you a little attitude, like, dogs, like, they, especially when you got a good dog, he ain't trying to bite nobody, but he will give you a warning, like leave me alone. But you already got a bad attitude and you done gave it to me for no reason. All I did was drop my dog off and ask you to call White. So she comes up, by the way, I called and that number said the number was not in service. I said, that's impossible. She said, yeah, I called twice. It said not in service. I was like, you know what? What number did you dial? I looked at the paper and saw what she wrote down. She wrote down the right number. So I said, that must be spirit confirmation that you don't need to touch my dog. So I said it to myself. I didn't say it to her. So I said, all right, you know what? Okay, mate, whatever. You didn't get through to her. It's fine. You're not cutting them. And girl made me an appointment. She said, okay, you can call me in a couple, she gave me the next appointment date. And I said, thank you. And I took my dog and went home. And then I was really like, what is going on here? And then on my way home, I get a phone call from a family member. I'm looking at this network thing go down here a little bit. Y'all, give me a second. Because I know what happens when I go back and watch the replay. It shows me like frozen, frozen in time. It looks like it's coming back up. Okay. So I get a phone call and they're telling me about somebody else that's having some issue that I can't do anything about. And I know I got a lot of Capricorns that watch me. Y'all know, Capricorn, if you bringing a problem to us and we can't help, we can't fix it, we can't offer any useful advice, it physically hurts. It's like we can't be around that because it's like you're presenting me with something that I cannot help you with. Please stop telling me about it because I want to help, but I don't see a solution. I don't see a solution, a ready-made solution. So you're going to have to. So then at that point, I'm like, okay, y'all, that's three things in less than 3 hours. Something must be going on. And I'm going to get y'all onto the story here in just a minute. So what do? What I'm always on here telling y'all to do. Check the moon cycles. So I look at the moon, and the moon is in Virgo today, y'all. The moon's in Virgo. So, of course, I know my chart. I got Virgo in the 11th house. Guess what the 11th house is? The 11th house that's ruled by Aquarius. So you're talking about Aquarian themes. You're talking about doing the right thing. You're talking about rebelling. You're talking about bucking against the system. But because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so Uranus is the natural 11th house ruler, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, you've got, what is Uranus? Uranus is unexpected, sudden unexpected change or sudden unexpected activity. So I got, in effect, 3 sudden unexpected activities / communications that came in this morning. And I said, okay, all right, this is not happening for nothing. There's something I'm supposed to do with this. So I was like, I'm going to go live tonight. And originally I was going to do a video talking about that comment that I had to deal with this morning. But I was like, you know what? Let me just keep on going on about my day. And then, y'all, I get this phone call. But so I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause there and tell you guys, when things seem like they're going crazy, or they seem like they're going hectic, or even when things are going extra good, check what the moon sign is for that day. Check. I show y'all all the time. You can download a moon tracker app. And by the way, for those of y'all that are just coming in, please tap that like button. It's going to alert more people to the fact that we're live and broadcasting. Okay. So what I tell y'all to do all the time, use the moon tracker app, or go to that moon tracks / lunar ingress, whatever website that I show y'all all the time. Check the date and see what sign the moon is in, because then you can go to your own natal chart and see what house you have that sign in. And I guarantee you're going to see some themes there. So that theme did not stop. It graduated to what I'm about to share with you guys. So that was the preview, or that was the intro. Let me read the copy from the description box. Y'all know that's what I do. Okay. The title of tonight's video is The Most Incredible Personal Comeback Story I Have Ever Witnessed. Okay. I have ever witnessed. And this is part 2 to the 3 a.m. phone call video that I did on Sunday. Now, for those of you who were on the live stream broadcast on the evening of Sunday, June 29th, 2025, and I'll put the link to that video below for those of you that have not seen that video yet. This is the awe-inspiring follow-up. This report nearly floored me. And inasmuch as I was not prepared for the content of that 6/29 phone call, or June 29th phone call, neither was I prepared for the text message I would receive just 2 days later, which is today. So if you are spreading powerful light energy in the world, don't give up now. That's exactly why I played that song, Keep On. Don't give up now if you are spreading powerful light energy in the world. Dig in and push even harder. Give it everything you got, family. You may not realize it, but the tide is building to tsunami strength, such that in due season, aka sooner than we might think, the world is going to witness a very powerful finale of light energy flooding the earth. I'm here to tell y'all. If you think you're not making an impact, you are. You are. And it is a collective thing. And I tell y'all all the time, you don't need the matching number of lights to the matching number of workers of iniquity. You don't need it. One can chase 1,000 and 2 can put 10,000 to a flight. That was a spiritual concept. That wasn't just physical, even though I know back then those Israelite warriors had superpowers. That's why such a small number could defeat such a large number and better equipped enemies. They had superpowers. And when they couldn't defeat them, the Most High stepped in and he dealt with those enemies using the elements. Or in some cases, he sent an angel and those angels harnessed those elements. Or he may have had a prophet, or aka priest, that harnessed those elements. But I'm here to tell y'all, that's what that meant. That one could chase 1,000 and 2 could put 10,000 to a flight. That's just as much spiritual as it is physical. So don't give up. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, man. Wait till I share the story with y'all. Okay. Now, again, we're building up for a very powerful finale of light energy flooding the earth. And I'm talking, like, for those of y'all that have seen the Star Wars saga, Return of the Jedi. Think Return of the Jedi. Think the end of the Wizard of Oz movie. Y'all know what happened when the Wicked Witch got killed, when she got that water on her. Y'all know what happened. The light came back. The spells were broken. This is what's coming. Somebody saw it a long time ago, but they hid it in a movie. And I'm hearing that song, Can You Feel a Brand New Day? Can you feel a brand new day? That's coming. That's coming. That's from the movie The Wiz. That's coming, y'all. So let's go, family. Let's go. I hope that tonight's report inspires you and encourages you to keep pushing, despite the fiery darts being thrown at you. Keep pushing forward, wearing that whole armor of God. And like a skilled warrior who may lose his armor. Y'all see those epic movies, those medieval movies sometimes where that breastplate gets knocked off. He might lose the shin guards or whatever. Don't worry about that. Trust that sword. Those warriors, they like, you know what? You were probably better with me having my armor on. I'm lighter now. You knock my armor off, guess what? I'm lighter, and I'm dead nice with this sword. Trust your sword. What is that sword? The sword of truth, which is the word that is sharper than any two-edged sword. Remembering that our weapons are not physical, but are mighty through the universal I am presence, aka the Most High. The Star Wars movie calls it the Force. Use the Force, Luke. Yeah. They are mighty through the great I am to the pulling down of strongholds. And that's 2 Corinthians 10:4. So let's go. Let's go. Let me read that, y'all. I got a couple of passages of scripture I'm going to read, and then I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all this praise report, and then we're going to get ready to wrap up. But before I wrap up, I need to give y'all a personal account of why it's so important, but it's going to tie to the scripture I'm about to read. So let's do that. Let's do that. What's up, Cassandra? What's up? What's up? What's up? Who else we got? Fair Use is Legendary. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being here. All right. So let me open up. I said 2 Corinthians 10:4. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And for those of you who have not done so yet, please tap that like button for me. Now, let me make sure this is sharing because sometimes the screen is blank and it's sharing. For the weapons, hang on a sec. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Verse 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Let's start at verse 3. I said 4, but let's start at verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, meaning we don't use the same types of weapons, same type of weaponry. That is explained in the very next verse. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, aka they're not physical, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay? All right? I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to go to my next reference, which is, y'all remember that one? Let's go to Matthew, the 13th chapter. All right? That's my next one. These are foundational passages for tonight's breakdown or tonight's report. It's a report, really, is what it is. Matthew chapter 13. All right, we're going to start at verse 1. The same day went the Messiah out of the house and sat by the seaside. And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell, hang on, y'all. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. Verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched. Talking about those ones that let me read that again. Let me start at verse 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. Farmer, planter, whatever. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls or the birds came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away. Okay, so they weren't rooted in the earth. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. That was an activation, by the way. That was him activating the people that had the gift. Others didn't hear it. And the disciples came unto him and said, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even what he has. And that has dual meanings. I covered that in 2 different videos. I won't go into that tonight. Therefore, Speak I to them in parables. That's why I'm doing it. Because they seeing not and hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which saith, or Isaiah, some say, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. Let me pause there before I continue. I'm going to show y'all what he was referencing. I'm going to show y'all right here what he was referencing. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. So the Most High had the prophet Isaiah, or there it says Esaias, he had him drop a sleep spell on the people. Yeah. If he's telling his prophet to go and tell this to the people, hear, but don't understand, and see, but don't perceive, he had him cast a spell upon them. I'll tell y'all this all the time. Y'all don't want to hear it. It's right there. The Most High told him to do it. It's right there. Verse 5, down to verse 6. Verse 5, then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. So he's having his vision. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also, I heard the voice of the Most High saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here I am, send me. So then in response, he said, okay, fine. Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Why did he do that? He goes down further here, verse 10. Make the heart of this people fat. Let me see if I'll make sure this didn't drop. Okay, it didn't. I saw it flash. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Then he said, I, Lord, how long? And he answered it and said, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. Okay. So basically, he didn't want the people that he had Isaiah cast that spell upon to have perception nor hearing. That's all sixth chakra energy, right? It's all the eyes and the ears are attached to that third eye chakra, chakra number 6. That's feminine energy, by the way. I'm going to come back to that. That's feminine energy. I'm going to come back to that. Okay. That's feminine energy. I'm going to come back to that. All right. This guy every time. All right. Now, see, when I want him to call me, y'all, he don't call me. And as soon as I get on live, he call me. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, so now, yeah, so he didn't want them to understand. Why? Because he said if they get an understanding and they see, then they're going to repent. And then I'm going to have to forgive them. And I ain't ready to forgive them yet. I need them to build up some more karma. I need them to keep doing what they're doing. So put them under this sleep spell. And that ties back here to this New Testament in Matthew chapter 13. So now we're going to pick back up. Okay, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, this is Matthew chapter 13, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given to y'all to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but it ain't given to them. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even what he has. That even is a tertiary interpretation. I gave it 2 other interpretations that apply, but this is a tertiary one because this ties right back to Isaiah 6 and 9. I want you to have that ear to hear, because if you have it, you're going to have more abundance. Okay, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. When you have the ear to hear, when you have the ability to decipher these parables. But to him that hath not what? The ear to hear and the eyes to see. From him shall be taken away even what he's got. So this was, I told y'all, man, I did a video a couple years ago that said, y'all really don't know who the Messiah was. He came here looking lowly and letting people do him any kind of way, but he was really a covert warrior. He came here to disrupt and sabotage the dark side. And he did just that. Let me keep going, because y'all like warriors out here too. Let's go. Verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables. That's why I do it. Because they seeing not and hearing, because they seeing, see not, and hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand. Confused. I'm gonna come back around to that. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. That's exactly what I just read to y'all in Isaiah chapter 6. Verse 15, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But that ain't what he came here to do. He ain't come here for them. Somebody argued with me the other day in the comments under the video where I was talking about the spell work that Christianity has gotten us to cast on ourselves with songs like there's a cross for everyone. There's a cross. Somebody got upset and came at me in the comments, and then came at me in the comments on another video and wanted to preach Jesus to me, and tell me that Jesus came here for everybody. If he came here for everybody, why did he speak in parables? Smart lady. I hope you're watching this video. If he came here for everybody, why did he speak in parables? He just told you right here in Matthew chapter 13 why he didn't speak in parables. Okay? All right? Let me keep going. Okay? He said he didn't want them to be converted. He said, I don't want to heal them. That's why I'm talking to him in parables. Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. He didn't come here for everybody. Stop letting the church lie to you. If you got ears to hear and eyes to see, he came here for you. If you're confused about what I'm spitting on this channel, what people like me are spitting, then he ain't come here for you. Sorry, not sorry. Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which you hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. I'll talk to y'all tonight about that, because somebody misconstrued or misunderstands what I'm talking about on here. Let me keep going. This is he which received seed by the wayside, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Anon. Let's look that word up for y'all. Anon. Anon means soon or shortly. Okay, I'm not gonna break this to show y'all that in the dictionary. You can look it up on your dictionary app. Anon means soon. Okay, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and soon thereafter with joy received it. Yet he hath not root in himself, but endureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. Let me stop here and switch over and show y'all that the description of that from the Amplified Bible, because that's going to give some of y'all a different take on it. Let's see. That was Matthew 13. Let's see which verse that is. That is verse 21. Y'all stay with me. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show you two different ones. Okay. Let me share this. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Okay, Matthew 13 and 21 in the NIV. But since they have no roots, they last only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. So basically, they're not rooted. That word that they heard, it fell upon stony ground, so it couldn't catch root. So when somebody tries them or tests them, they fall away quickly. All right? Now, let's go to the Amplified version. All right. Yet he has no substantial root in himself, but is only temporary. And when pressure or persecution comes because of the word, immediately he stumbles and falls away, abandoning the one who is the source of salvation. All right. Now let me go back to the verse. So that was 21. Here again in the King James it says, yet hath he not root in himself, but endureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. Okay, that's a different translation of it. He's offended, man. This is the people. That's almost like that. Have you seen the man? I have not seen the man. Before the cock crows thrice, you'll deny. Before the cock crows twice, you'll deny me thrice. Okay, that's kind of that same type of energy. You ain't rooted in it. So when that pressure come, you fold. That's what he's saying. That's the ones who fall on stony ground. Verse 22. He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. But he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. 100-fold don't mean 100; it means 100 times whatever that's 100 times the yield of what was planted. Some 60 times and some 30 times. It's still a lot. Either way. All right. So let me get that off of there. Thank you, Cassandra. She said this is good. Thank you. I'm gonna come back through the comments in a minute, y'all. I'm gonna keep going through this. So now let me, and I'm gonna come back to that 2 Corinthians 10:4 after I'm done with this update. Let me now move y'all to this update. So a lot of y'all were here on that live stream that I did a couple nights ago, where I was talking about one of my Army buddies who called me at 2:50 a.m., 3 o'clock in the morning, on Sunday a.m., Saturday night, Sunday morning, called me at 3 a.m. and was ready to end it. He was ready to end it and told me, Matt, you're my 2 a.m., man. He said, you're the last person I called. He said, I got 3 people on that list. He said 2 of them didn't answer. If you had not answered the phone, he said, they would have found me here in my apartment maybe a few days later or whatever. Or somebody would have called that night because they heard the shot. It was that real. And again, the God in it was that I turned my phone off every night. Y'all watch the video. I turned my phone off every night, and that night, not turn the phone off, turn the ringer off. I had the ringer off. But because I fell asleep with my headphones on, the sound of the ringtone coming through my headphones woke me up because there was no sound coming out of the phone because the ringer's off. But when you got Bluetooth headphones on and the ringer is set to silent, you still hear the ring in your headphones that you're wearing. That's what woke me up. And when I saw his name, I said, he wouldn't be calling me this early in the morning unless something was wrong. Let me get this. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you the rest of it. Y'all go watch the video. The link is in the description box. All right. So needless to say, by the end of that call, he told me he felt a lot better. And when I hit him up later in that day, I said, yo, man, do I need to leave my phone on tonight? Whatever, you good? He's like, nah, man, I got everything I needed. He said, I feel so much better. So much better. Well, back to what I was telling you guys earlier about me having Virgo in the 11th house and the moon being in Virgo today. So me getting this unexpected communication from multiple sources, just that's Aquarian / Uranian energy. Uranus is unexpected, sudden activity. Okay. Unexpected comment in my YouTube video this morning. Not that one, but another one. Okay. And then an unexpected nasty attitude from this girl who wasn't gonna groom my dog. My dog looked at me like, please come save me. She back there brushing his leg all hard. I'm like, the other girls, when they grooming my dog, they talk sweet to him. They're like, okay, we got you, boy, yeah. And he loves them. He says they're like, her? He had this look of horror on his face. I said, I wish I would let this demonic chick groom my dog and put that negative energy in him. Last time that happened, my dog was sick for almost a week. And that was not long after we first got him. He was like maybe a year and a half. He wasn't even 2 years old. I said, nah, we ain't doing that no more. So then here comes the next phone call. And I had to tell that family member, please, let's change the subject. I can't do nothing about it. So this is vexing me. If I can't help that person. And then finally that family member said, well, maybe you can pray for them. I said, I'll do that. Can we change the topic now? Okay. So, but then y'all, out of the blue, I get a text message from my Army brother, the same one who I was on the phone with almost 6 hours Saturday night, Sunday morning. Watch the sun come up Sunday morning. That same brother in arms, he texted me. Let me tell y'all what he said. This is the most incredible personal comeback story I've ever witnessed. Just 2 days later, let me read this text to y'all. Let me read y'all. This mind-blowing, mind-blowing. He texted me today. It was around 1:30. He said, brother, I have to say, ever since our almost 6-hour talk, my heart and spirit feel completely flipped. He said, like every bad energy left me and I feel amazing. Thank you for reminding my spirit what lessons I chose, and he put that in caps, what lessons I chose to learn, and that it's all a part of my evolution. How about that? How about that? How about that? So I hit him back. I said, man, bro, it was therapeutic for me too. I said, and the follow-up live stream showed me something that I did not see before. I said, I told you sometimes I get in the zone spiritually and get downloads on the fly. What came out in that live, and a lot of y'all were there, what came out in that live is just how important you are to the kingdom of light and how big a threat you are to the kingdom of darkness. I'm going to share something with y'all that he shared with me that night. I didn't share too many details, but this, I know if he were watching, he would not mind me sharing this with y'all. So I'm going to share this with you. I said, God gives the toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. You're built for it, bro. I said, I'm super proud of you. You have no idea how much. And as your light continues to shine brighter, it's only making you more magnetic. He said, thank you. I sense it. Okay. And then he went on to tell me that he'd been having conversations with his spirit self. Like I gave him that one tip. I gave him that one pro tip. I said, you need to know something. Check in and ask yourself. Call your name. Like me saying, Matt, show me where this leak is coming from. And then boom, I'm seeing it. Thing had been leaking for a month. I didn't know where it was coming from, getting increasingly frustrated until finally I couldn't take it no more. I'm thinking it's going to go away. It didn't go away. Matt, show me where the leak is. Boom. I turn my head. I see rust at the bottom of the water heater. I said, do that, man. It works. You want to know something? Ask yourself to show you. He did it. He did it that night. Asked himself what time he was born. Y'all were there. Y'all were there on the live. He'd been running with that since. I'm like, man, the student has become the teacher. I need to do it more. You getting me excited now. That's that seed that fell on fertile ground and caught root and started bearing fruit. 2 days, y'all. 2 days. 2 days. He started asking himself who he was and another life and all of this stuff, y'all. And he told me about 3 different dreams that he had that were very profound, that showed him some things he didn't know about himself. I'm not going to share that with y'all. But he told me about 3 very profound, and they really weren't dreams. Because he told me, he said, I don't even think I can call these dreams. Now, y'all roll the tape back to when I told y'all I had that astral projection, that spontaneous astral projection back to ancient Kemet and what I saw and what the messages were that I received to bring back. And look at what's been happening in the world since. The fulfillment of what it was that I got in speaking to that ancient sister queen in Kemet, which really ain't ancient because all of these timelines run at the same time. I told y'all existence is like a computer program. I got my browser in the foreground right now, but guess what? I got notes, I got email, I got a word processor, I got all those other things running simultaneously. They're just in the background. The foreground program is the browser with me talking to y'all. Existence is the same way. So that is really a parallel timeline that I went to. I was just in some different clothing. I was just a different version of myself. Y'all pay attention. Pay attention. So, he went on to say, let's see. I'm not going to share that with y'all, but I don't think he minds me saying this. He said that he woke up confused, like, why did I dream about that? Just a question he asked himself, why did I dream about that? And then he said he saw a typed written note that said, you never finished your story, and that's why you're here again. He said, bro, I got chills. I got chills when I got that message. Because you know what? That coincided with what I told him in his natal chart reading on the evening/morning that I was on the phone with him for almost 6 hours. I said, bro, you got a lot of retrograde energy here. And your North Node, which is your destiny for this lifetime, you came here under a North Node in a retrograde. That means you didn't finish what it was that you came here to do the last time. That's why you were born under a North Node in retrograde. You came back here to redo something that you didn't do. And then he tells me he has this answer comes out of him 2 days later. So I told him, thank you for the confirmation. I said, sometimes when these messages are coming through me and I give them to people, I don't know how they're going to be received. I'm like, they might look at me like I'm crazy. I don't even know if this stuff, I don't know how this stuff is going to apply. I said, you know what he did? He started ministering to me. He said, bro, don't ever be afraid to deliver. Your job is not for the receiving party to accept. Your job is simply to deliver. So he ministered to me. I was like, bro, I felt that. Thank you. Thank you. You just set me back on course. Because sometimes, y'all, I've told y'all this before. Sometimes I don't want to come on here and do this. Sometimes I don't, when I get a download to share with somebody, I don't want to share it with them because I'm like, this person might look at me like I'm crazy. But such is the way of the prophet. Y'all that know the scriptures, y'all have seen that same theme repeated throughout the Old Testament, or even in a few cases, the New Testament. It's like, I don't want to tell these people that. They're going to think I'm crazy. Nah, it's hitting for somebody. It's hitting. Let me keep going. So that's about it. This was the part I'm going to share with y'all. I know he wouldn't mind me sharing this. On that night, when I was on the phone with him, he was, let me just say this. He was numbing himself. Y'all do what you want with that. I'm not going to get into that, but typically if you're numbing yourself, you're doing it with, let's say you got pain, okay? If you got pain and you want to get rid of the pain, you do what? You take a pain pill, right? I'm not going to get into what the substance was. I know what it was. But he told me at that time, when he told me he was doing that, you know what I did? I didn't judge him. I didn't say, bro, you ain't supposed to be doing that, right? I just walked right on by, just kept on going. I stayed on a mission. This is why I'm telling y'all, this is why I played that song, Keep On. With the strength of your mind, you can be set free. You can overcome your past. Search deep inside and you will see the time has come at last. Keep on. Keep on. Keep going. Keep going. Don't you give up for nothing until you reach the top. That's why I played that song. Let's Keep On by D-Train. So anyway, I kept on going. I ain't stopped to judge him. I said, you know what? He doing whatever he got to do to get by right now. I ain't about to judge him. Who am I to judge? Okay. So, but here is the next part, y'all. He said, oh, by the way, ever since our conversation, I've had no desire for that escapism. He said, in fact, I rid myself of it. Y'all, I didn't know what to do with that. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that so quickly. I was not expecting that. And you know what? I said this in that live. I said, you know what? And that was a download. I said, the enemy is really trying to take this brother out because there's something important that he's supposed to do. But guess what? The Most High already had the chess piece in place. Oh, you want to move that? Nah, you can't move there. Check. Y'all to play chess? No. I play it. I'm not very good at it. I used to be decent years ago, but I'm not very good at it anymore. I got a partner out there. Shout out to Rob. Rob, I played Rob 3 games in under 20 minutes and lost all 3. You can't lose 3 chess matches in 20 minutes, y'all. That's how good he is. And that's how paradoxically bad I am compared to him in chess. But I'll get him on that tennis court. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Can y'all tell I'm competitive? Anyway. So yeah. No more of that. No more of that. So I said, you know what? This brother must be a serious threat to the kingdom of darkness for him to arrive at this point. But God already had the chess piece in place. You know what? And I told him, I said, you know what, man? Before I was born, this day was already marked. Before I was born, decades ago, this day was already marked. So it was already known and written in advance for me to pick up that phone because he was probably about 2 more rings away and then a missed call from not being here. But he wasn't. He wasn't. So I said, man, you're a threat to the kingdom of darkness. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. So I looked at that and I said, you know, if they really trying to take him out, why? But then during the course of that near 6-hour phone call, He told me something. Now, this brother was my roommate for 2 years. 2 years in the military. 2 years. I've known him. I knew him for 2 years, and I've known him since 1991. We like this since 1991. And you know what he told me? I never knew this until 2 nights ago. He said, I was the little boy evangelist when I was a kid. At my church, they actually used to have me preaching. He said between the ages of 14 and 16, I would preach at my church whenever they wanted me to come up and deliver the word. That's somebody that's special. You got a gift. You got a gift. And then when I looked at his natal chart, I saw his spiritual gifts. So that's the praise report. That's the update I wanted to give y'all, man. That's the most incredible personal comeback story I've ever witnessed. In just 48 hours, a turnaround like that. And I mean, he's a sponge for not, like, he was soaking it up. He was soaking up the knowledge. He was soaking up the knowledge. And he turned it around that quick. So that's that. That's that. And now let me roll around to back, because I was going to name this video a couple of different things, but this is the direction I went in. All praises to the Most High for my team, because I was stuck. I almost wasn't even going to go live tonight. Y'all, I'm such a perfectionist. I really am. It's just sometimes it's to a fault. But because I could not find the right title for this video, I wasn't even going to go live. I was just like, bump it. I'll leave it till tomorrow. But Spirit's like, nah. Ride that energy. That moon is in Virgo. You got Virgo in your 11th house of group, Aquarian energy for the greater good, doing something bigger than yourself. Virgo energy is about service. It's also about details. So I'm getting all these details today. And I'm like, you know what? I got to ride this energy. I can't wait for the moon to move out of Virgo and into Libra. I got it. This is here today for me to do this today. So shout out to my team. Shout out to my team. Everybody need a little help from their friends sometimes. Everybody needs a little push. That's why we come here with a team. When you think you're by yourself, you're not by yourself. You're not. I talked about that in the video. So let me bring it back around. Why? Why did I tell y'all to keep going? Why did I have the thumbnail that I had? The thumbnail for the video that I had. Let me see if I can't find that. Let me bring this up on the screen here. Why did I put this thumbnail on the video? Healers and light warriors, hold the line. All of heaven is supporting you. Why did I put that up there? Let me explain, y'all. I had somebody come at me with a comment accusing me of always. I'm not gonna read the whole comment, y'all, because I ain't trying to put nobody on Front Street. But I'm not gonna read the whole comment. But let me find that. Hang on. I'm not gonna read I'm just gonna read the pertinent part just so I remember. Hang on. I had somebody say that I always tend to represent feminine energy as good and masculine energy as bad. And then went on to say that they think that I'm confusing good energy with bad energy, and Christ energy and satanic energy, adversarial energy. So I had to respond to that. Hang on. Let me get this off the screen. Let me explain something to y'all. This is exactly why I've been on here talking about healing, talking about pouring this energy out, especially those of y'all with water placements, especially y'all that got these big hearts. Don't give up. Hold the line. Keep doing what you're doing. That was a man operating out of his heart chakra to take care energetically and spiritually of his wounded fellow soldier. That I didn't even know that he had all these spiritual gifts prior to that. So when I saw his natal chart, boom, I'm like, all right, I'm in now. I'm in my wheelhouse. Let me show you who you are, because I don't think you know. Let me show you who you are. That's feminine energy. Let me explain something. Let me explain something. In a world where we got or had, he ain't here no more among us, but in a world where we had brothers like Kevin Samuels, I was not a fan of Kevin Samuels. I know a lot of people who were. I was not a fan of Kevin Samuels. Why? Because I'm like, why is this dude always picking the worst people and debating with them on public platforms and in doing so, staining sisters, staining the so-called black woman? Why don't you go and interview the plethora of other sisters that's holding it down, that's doing their thing, whether they married or singled, whether they married or single, whether they married or single mom, whether they never been married, but they're doing their thing. They're high vibrational. Why don't you talk to some of them? Why you got to keep demonizing our women? If you're going to demonize, how about abroad? How about going straight across the board? Why don't you go talk to some people from other races, other cultures? Why you got to keep demonizing the sisters? So in a world where you got, and he ain't the only one, because there's a whole bunch of brothers that was like, yeah, man, Kevin, right? I'm like, look who he's talking to. And I used to tell people, I'm sorry, but those women don't exist in my reality. They don't exist in my circle. You attract the level that you vibrating at. So y'all, a lot of y'all brothers that supporting Kevin Samuels, y'all are vibrating at the level of these women that he's demonizing, and then you mad because y'all are vibrating at you mad because you keep attracting those same women. Raise your vibration. I don't see those people. I can't even make that up. I used to watch some of this stuff. I'm like, where do these people exist? They're like, man, Matt, you don't understand. It's different now. So I'm thinking to myself, what energy are you vibrating at? I don't attract those types of people. And I ain't bragging, but I attract a lot of females. I attract a lot of them. Not even trying. I'm minding my own business. But ain't none of them in that energy. So I don't, you know why? It's because I don't vibrate at that energy. So what some of y'all watching need to understand is that, number one, Matt, some of y'all got me wrong. Some of y'all think I'm out here and I don't always tend to do nothing. Only thing I always tend to do is tell the truth, whether somebody likes to hear it or not. This world is Let me read my comment. Let me read my response. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it. Actually, I think you misrepresent my position if you say that I always represent feminine energy as good and masculine energy as bad. That would be akin to me saying, Jezebel was a good woman. Ahab mistreated her. I ain't no Dr. Phil on here. I ain't no freaking TD Jakes. I ain't no freaking some of these mega church First of all, I ain't Christian. You already know that. I gave that title up a long time ago. All right. I ain't no Stephen Furtick. Anyway, let me keep going. If you're triggered, I'm sorry, but I'm not. I don't kiss. Let me stop. Let me keep going. I said you missed again when you stated that I somehow confused good energy and bad energy. Perhaps that is a projection. Whether intentional or unintentional, I will not judge, but back to the point. Perhaps you're positing that I am somehow confusing good and bad energy is a projection of your own confusion of the terms good and bad with high vibrational and low vibrational. Perhaps it is your conflation of those words that has caused you to misrepresent me. It seems that what I call high vibe, you yourself define as good, and what I call low vibe, you yourself define as bad. How many times have you heard me on this channel say that self-mastery requires controlling your shadow side and not letting your shadow side control you? That ties directly into knowing when it is necessary to go low vibrational and when to come out of it. The actions taken by an individual, whether deemed good or bad, are products of either a masculine energy zone or feminine energy zone. Neither masculine nor feminine energy are either good or bad. Both are either high vibrational or low vibrational based upon an individual's intent. And the gender of the individual is inconsequential in this application because all living things including the Most High, are the combination of both masculine and feminine energy. Now, regarding masculine versus feminine energy, you may or may not have heard one or more of the multiple occasions that I mentioned the flip that is occurring in the earth realm right now, where dark masculine energy is giving way to light feminine energy. It happens every other age turn. What also happens every other age turn is that dark feminine energy gives way to light masculine energy. These are not divine replacements of one or the other, though. They are an act of divine balancing. So to clear up any confusion you may have had about my position, what I will do is state the obvious. If one has eyes to see and ears to hear, going back to the reason why I read that, what is painfully obvious is that the earth is being brought back into balance. How is it out of balance? There is an excess of shadow side root chakra energy presented as one war or conflict after another. That's masculine, root masculine. Shadow side sacral chakra energy presented as hypersexualization. Y'all know it. Turn on the TV, you'll see it. Go out in public, you'll see it. Hypersexualization. That's shadow side sacral chakra energy. Guess what? That's feminine. Am I picking on all men and not? And first of all, you got to detach male and female from feminine and masculine, because I'm talking about the energies. I ain't talking about I mean, if I was going to talk about that, I would have talked about that masculine acting chick that had no control over her emotions in that freaking grooming studio today. All right. But maybe, just maybe, I told you, when the Capricorn show up in your life, they're either there to help you through your karma or make sure you get your karma. Who knows how many people she got nasty with prior to me, but I was the right one for her coworkers to see how she treats somebody who is being kind. Don't think one of them ain't gonna go Karen mode on this chick when they have their one-on-one with the manager. I'm not sure she's working out. She's like, really, like, we had a customer come back and take their dog because they didn't want her to groom them because she has they felt like she had a bad attitude. And I'm just saying, like, I don't want anything to happen to her. Y'all know how it goes. Anyway, let me come back off of that. And I ain't talking about no girly acting men either. So y'all understand the difference between masculine energy and feminine energy. They tie to the energy zones, 1, 3, and 5, or 2, 4, and 6. Let me get back on that. That was shadow side sacral chakra energy presented as hypersexualization, and shadow throat chakra energy presented as deceitful and or agitating rhetoric, which leads to conflict and destruction. That's masculine, throat chakra. On the opposite side, there is a deficiency of light side solar plexus energy. Y'all know that's your masculine energy zone. Light side heart chakra energy, that feminine energy zone. And that third eye chakra, which is the center of perception and wisdom. That's feminine energy. There's a deficiency of those in the earth. It's out of balance. Too much shadow side energy coming from 2 masculine energy zones and 1 feminine energy zone. And then too much of a deficiency of light side energy coming from 2 feminine energy zones and 1 masculine energy zone. All right. So as this cosmic age transition continues to progress, the excess of shadow energies are being scaled down and the deficiency of light energies are being scaled up. Okay. All right. So that's it. I asked that person, I said, in the future, before you accuse me of something, because Matthew 7:1 says, judge not that you be not judged. Why? Because you're going to be judged by the same measuring stick that you use to judge somebody else. So before you judge my actions in the future or anybody's, ask the question, ask them what their position is and let them answer, instead of making a blanket statement when you don't know that person. And that statement is completely inaccurate. All right. So I had to read that. I had to say that. Why? Now, why is all of this important? This is important. And I'm going to say this as I wrap up. This is important because I told y'all before, if it looks like I am supporting feminine energy, you damn right I am. It's too much of a deficiency. Let me explain to you what happened with these spiritual gifts in this earth realm about 300 years ago. You see, what happened was the individuals, namely women, because men and women both have spiritual gifts. But the women that had the spiritual gifts, they were persecuted and called witches and burned alive, burned at the stake, hung, drowned. I had a yoga teacher one day. Me and her just vibed for some reason. She was a fellow Capricorn. We were talking after the studio one day, and she told me that she had a past life regression done at some holistic retreat she went to. And she said she saw that she and her sister got drowned as witches in a previous lifetime because they had energetic healing gifts. Healing. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend that all spiritual gifts are used for the light. They're gifts. You can use them however you want. A spiritual gift is a spiritual gift. What does the scripture say? Gifts come without repentance. That means when God gives you the gift, you're free to use it as you will. Hopefully you use it in the right way, because if you don't, karma going to come knocking at that door. And all karma does is deliver what you're owed. That's it. When you've been doing righteous works, you cannot outrun your blessings. They're going to catch you. You can't outrun them. They're going to catch up with you. You can't deny them. They're going to catch up with you. If you've been doing unrighteous works, you cannot outrun that correction. It's coming. And that's exactly what it is. It's correction. A lot of people look like, oh, you're damned to hell. No, your soul is just going to be corrected. Retrogrades. Retrogrades are course corrections. So what happened? A lot of those women that had spiritual gifts were persecuted by men, by the patriarchy. Why? Because with those spiritual gifts, they were able to see through the same BS that has got this world effed up right now with this worldwide religious establishment that I won't name. Oh yeah, when you operate and live in foul, you can't have somebody with spiritual gifts around you because they're gonna see through you. These women were seeing through these crooked religious men. And so they had to be put down. They had to be silenced. And eventually, and then you know what they do? They say, hey, if we unalive enough of them, then the rest of them, they'll put those gifts in their back pocket. They won't say anything. And I know somebody want to bring up the Old Testament where, you know, all throughout the land of Israel, King Saul had said, hey, anybody found practicing divination was going to be put to death or put out or exiled or whatever. And the very same Saul comes and finds a diviner to get a question answered because he's scared. Hypocrisy. When you wicked, you can't have somebody with spiritual gifts around you. Now notice, you hear them say they burned witches at the stake. Were there no warlocks? Why didn't they go after the men? Talk to me, somebody. So some of y'all ought to be glad that the Most High has put and unleashed lions. Not lion. I ain't talking about lionesses. Shout out to y'all. I ain't talking about them. Some of y'all should be happy that the Most High unleashed lions in this earth realm to go and protect these feminine energies as they bring their gifts back online. Why? Because you just saw the result. I told y'all in that last live, feminine energy heals, masculine energy protects. Okay? If it's high vibrational. Feminine energy heals, masculine energy protects. I'm not dealing with low vibrational. I'm not talking about that. So what's happening? What you saw 2 nights ago when I spent almost 6 hours on the phone with my army brother who was in trouble, that was that heart chakra energy. Where do you think that comes from? That's feminine. That's the feminine energy zone. All living things have masculine and feminine and neutral energy. Why? Because the atom, which is the base of all matter, the atom is comprised of 1 proton, masculine, 1 electron, feminine, and 1 neutron, neutral, connection to source. That's that 7th chakra, the neutron. Those electrons, that's your sacral chakra, your heart chakra, and your third eye wisdom chakra. Okay? Third eye chakra. That's the electrons. The protons are the root chakra, the solar plexus, and the voice, the throat chakra. So y'all miss me with that. Oh, you always tend to. I think y'all, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. That praise report that I got today, that said, Matt, you on the right track. Don't let these comments where people say you always trying to call. No, I'm not. But I am going to call out the darkness in this realm right now. Did you hear me big up Jezebel? No. Jezebel was doing what? She was using all of her chakras wickedly. She was using that third eye chakra ability, that perception, wickedly. She was trying to find out where Elijah was, but she was blocked. She was blocked from finding out where Elijah was. If she had found out where he was, she could have put the drop on him. He running from her. Angel said, man, what you running from? Do you know who ride for you? You know who you work for? Man, tap into that power that he gave you and stop acting like a punk. You just slew 450 prophets of Baal. What you running from her for? See what I'm saying? That sacral chakra. She used that wickedly. Let me put this thing on this Ahab, man. Let me put this thing on him so good that he gonna be out of his mind. Let me control him with this peach emoji. Let me control him with this peach emoji. That's low vibrational feminine energy. Some of us are here as a part of the rebalancing. It's feminine energy that's going to heal this earth. So those of y'all that's fine with the earth and the way it is, stop watching me. Stop watching me. Don't watch me. Don't watch me. I'm a Libra rising. You know what Libra rising is? I'm not bragging on it. It's the math. Do the math. The Libra rising is the most balanced rising sign of the zodiac. Of all 12 rising signs, the Libra rising is the most balanced. So guess what a Libra rising who is high vibrational does? First of all, they're a leader. Why? Because all of the angles are cardinal signs. The rising sign, the ascendant, Libra, that's a cardinal air. The descendant, the partnership, that's the seventh house. All right, that is cardinal fire. The other angles, the IC and the MC, the IC, the fourth house, home, that's Capricorn. The 10th house, Capricorn is cardinal earth. The 10th house, the other angle, the four corners. The 10th house, the other angle, that's cardinal water, Cancer. So when you're looking at a Libra rising, you're looking at somebody who was put here to lead, number one. Number two, they're there to bring balance. I'm putting y'all on some game tonight. The other thing you don't know about Libra rising, people get those Venusian qualities. They get that Venus energy, and they mistake that, they take that softness as a weakness. But inside every Libra rising is a savage. Try Denzel Washington and see what happened. He a Libra rising. Try Deion Sanders and see what happened. He a Libra rising. Try Tom Brady and see what happened. He's a Libra rising. Savages. Try Professor Griff's wife Soleil and see what happens. She's a savage. Y'all be letting them soft Venusian qualities and characteristics and appearance fool y'all. Libra risings are savages, but they're here as leaders and they're here to bring balance. Sometimes to bring balance, you got to be savage. Other times you can be soft. It's use me, I'll go. Use me, Father, I'll go. The Cancer moon. I told y'all Jupiter is in Cancer right now. So y'all natal Cancer moons and y'all natal Cancer suns and y'all natal Cancer risings, y'all healing ability is being amplified by the fact that Jupiter is sitting in the sign of your sun, moon, or rising. Pardon me. Sorry, I didn't hit the mute button in time. Wherever you got Cancer in your chart, it's amplified right now by that Jupiter transit. Jupiter is the expander. It's also the giver of gifts, abundance. So that's why I've been on y'all these last few lives. When y'all got these water placements, especially Cancer right now, don't shy away from healing. Somebody's gonna come find you to get some type of healing. Somebody's gonna come find you. The healer doesn't go and look for people to heal, especially the Cancer. Okay. Now shout out to my Scorpios. Scorpios can transmute with the best of them. They can transmute. They can not with the best of them. They can transmute better than anybody. So that Scorpio can take that shadow energy and turn it into light. That Cancer, they gotta absorb that. They gotta absorb that pain, that suffering. They absorb it. Isn't there a scripture that says, "Let them that are strong bear the infirmities of the weak"? That's like cancer energy. It literally is a sponge. And you don't go looking for water. You shine away from it because you know what comes with it. You know what comes with it. But now ain't the time to run away from that gift because they're being amplified. Why are they being amplified? Because this is the season. I said this in the other live. This is war season. This is karmic retribution season when Saturn, the planet of karma, is in Aries, the sign of the warrior. This is why you're going to continue to see conflict. These transits going to be out here for a while. Neptune is in Aries. Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house bridge, the connection between the spirit realm and the physical realm, the connection between heaven and earth. That's divine justice coming across that bridge. Guess what else it is for the people who are living in the darkness? It's divine delusion. The people who've been delusional, they're going to get even more delusional because of the Neptune transit being in Aries. That delusion is going to be weaponized. When a planet moves into Aries, sometimes it's weaponized. A planet moving into Aries is the weaponization of that energy. So karma is being weaponized, and so is the energies of dreams, visions, or delusions. They're being weaponized. They're in Aries. Y'all better get your vibes up, baby. Y'all better get your vibes up. That's all I got. Let me read some comments and I'm going to get up out of here. All right. Thank y'all for being here tonight, man. I didn't want to keep y'all long tonight. I had to get that out. I had to give y'all that update. All right. Who we got here? Who we got to chat here? Let's see what else we got. Fair, you said, Cassandra said, greetings, everyone. Thanks again for being here, Cassandra. Let's see. Tora Girl said, I don't like people that let me do this. Put them on the screen so I'll stay caught up. So I don't like people like that touching my dog. I have literally took my dog back and requested another person. Thank you. I know I'm not alone. Thank you, Tora Girl. Greetings, Cassandra. Okay. Fair you said, shake the dust off your feet too. Shake the dust off your dog feet too if they don't receive you. I love that. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Thank you. Energy is everything, Cassandra. Tora Girl said, the astrology for this week shows major conflicts. Look at that. Thank you, Tora Girl. Thank you for that cosmic weather report. Because I didn't know. I wasn't even looking at it. Thank you, Tora Girl. Now it makes sense to me. But it looks like I hung in there okay. This is why I'm telling y'all. Y'all stay. Hold the line, y'all. Hold the line. All right. Cassandra said, hello, glad I got the notification. I'm glad you got it too. And I'm glad you're here, Cassandra. Hotshot said, please put those scriptures in the chat, Matt. I need to use them tonight. I have some strong hold I will pull down. Coming right now. Coming right up. That's one. And through, I believe that was 23 I read. And really, you can read that whole chapter. You can read that whole chapter of Matthew chapter 13. So I got you, Hotshot. I got you. All right. Look at Tora Girl, man. Tora, look at. Oh, I forgot the 6 and 9. Thank you. I forgot the 6 and 9. Thank you. Thank you, Tora Girl. Man, look at. I ain't gonna retype. She got it for y'all right there. Tora Girl, you the bomb.com. Tora Girl. Thank you. She said this is good. Thank you, Cassandra. Jojo Mac, what's up, brother? What's up, Jojo? What is up on the road but listening? Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's right. It's like that. It's like that, Green Tambourine. It's like that. Be like the mail person, Matt. Deliver the message. Yep. Thank you. I need that, y'all. I need to hear that because sometimes, Anyway. All you from you answering your phone at 2 a.m. Let me tell you something. That was nothing but God. I'm telling you, because I don't even want to imagine what. I don't even want to imagine getting that phone call, that notification from his family. Like that would have been too much for me. That was my dog. That was my dude. And some people, you like, listen, man, I will face heavy gunfire. I was a medic, so as a medic, you gotta pull troops to safety sometimes, and lay down cover fire while a fellow medic is administering to a troop or something. You train the troops and teach. You train them something called combat lifesavers. You teach the infantry, hey, look, this is how you apply pressure dressing. This is how you apply a tourniquet. This is all of this different stuff. So, hey, you can stabilize this guy till I can get to him and do the rest of it, and then evac him back to the casualty collection point so that the medevac can get them, whether it's a helicopter or another vehicle or whatever. So some people, you like, you know what, man, I will face deadly fire to get that dude out of there. He's one of them. He's one of them. He's one of them. And he feels the same way about me. It's like that. It's like that. And he's not the only one. I got them dudes at HHC 36th Infantry, 5th Infantry Division back when I was in there. I would do it for probably all but about 5 or 6 of them. I'm just keeping it 100. It was a few of them, and they were racist. There's a few of them would be like, hey, yeah, sorry about what happened to your family, man. Look, yeah, we tried to get to them, you know, but they were shooting at me, you know. Or what the dude say on Coming to America? Yo, man, that's some pretty cool karate or something there you did out there, man. What was that? You learned that fighting lions and tigers and bears and fighting in the jungle? He said, you know, I would have helped you, but I had this cup of coffee in my hand. You know how it is. Soul Glow. Soul Glow. That's how I felt about some of them, right? He said, I'm so happy for our brother. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Hotshot. By using his natal chart. Yup. He is on it. He's on it. Thanks for sharing this powerful turnaround from that brother. Thank you, Cassandra. That part, Matt. Keep the truth sharp and say it loud. Thank you. Frequency and vibration is everything. Absolutely. What's up, Workout Junkie? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Tor Girl said, thanks for the support of Matt. All the ladies on this platform are high frequency. Yo, listen. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. And y'all need to understand, like some people that watch me, I know they be in the comments, whatever, or they keep it in the background. Y'all need to know I'm 360. I'm 360 degrees. I'm 360 degrees. I put a video out in 2021 that had people's eyes wide open. They're like, you did that video? I did a video called 5 Reasons Why Marriage is a Joke. I've not taken it down. I stand on what I wrote in that video. I stand on the content that I put in that video. I had a ladies book club that scheduled a book. They wanted to do a live meet the author type of thing for another book that I got out, Stuck in an Elevator. But you know that came up. They said, oh, and by the way, they want to ask you about this video you did, 5 Reasons Why Marriage is a Joke. And all of the ladies in that book club were married. Did I shy away from it? No. I stand 10 toes down on what I said. Y'all can go look at that video. I keeps it 100 around here. I ain't no bootlick for nobody. All right. But I shouldn't even have to say that. I'm here to bring balance. I know my chart. That's all over my chart. I'm here to bring balance. Period. I'm turning into good people when I leave this mofo. I ain't coming back here doing none of this. I might get another assignment, but it won't be doing this again. I promise you that. Y'all need to understand the journey of the soul and that we're eternal beings. Not this BS that the church taught us saying, oh, we living, we striving to reach eternity. You already eternal, man. Wipe the brainwashing off. Anyway, thank you, Tor Girl. Said also my brothers. Said 100, Matt, we got it. That's a religious spirit. Yup. They took them out and replaced them all male leadership statues. Yup. Y'all go watch Hosea 4 and 6. She ain't on tonight, but y'all go watch her video about the Sibyls. This energy's coming back around. You can get in alignment with it or not. It's coming back around. And again, I told you in that comment, this ain't a divine replacement. It's a divine rebalancing. It happens every age. Guess what? This new feminine energy, heart chakra, creativity, and wisdom and intuition, it's coming back. Yeah, it's going to take, it's boom, it's going to do this. And what happens in the cosmos is it balances out. And guess what? At some point, the feminine energy going to go Jezebelian again, and masculine energy going to take back over just to bring it back into balance. This is what happens. But neither energy ever wants to give up power when it's waxed old. But just watch the calendar year. Spring gives way to summer. Summer gives way to fall. Fall gives way to winter. Winter gives way to spring. Every season has its beginning, its height, and its transition. I didn't say end. I said transition. Pisces is a transitional sign. Gemini is a transitional sign. Virgo is a transitional sign. Sagittarius is a transitional sign. Sagittarius transitions fall to winter. Pisces transitions winter to spring. Gemini transitions spring to summer. And Virgo transitions summer to fall. That's how it works. We're going to be all right, y'all. We're going to be all right. Just stay high vibrational. When you stay high vibrational, you weather any storm. Torah Girl said, Yah always went to Mama Sarah and she went to Father Abraham. It's in Torah. Thank you for saying that. And if you got any reference scriptures you want to drop in there, Torah Girl, you could do it here or do it in the comments under the video. Thank you for sharing that. Tell it like it is, Matt. That's right, Torah Girl. We are religified like a mother. Religion got us messed up. They killed our divine supreme goddesses because they were healers and spiritual warriors. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When you're doing wicked, you don't want nobody reading your rights. You don't want that. Amen, hot shot. The balance is back. Exactly. That's what's happening. It's a rebalancing. It's a rebalancing. And again, some of y'all that think that some of y'all ladies watching me that think I'll be over the top. Oh man, you always just trying to throw masculine energy under the bus. No, I don't. But I'm gonna throw dark energy under the bus. I don't care if it's masculine or feminine. It needs to go. It's time for the return of the light. That's it. And again, some of y'all ought to give thanks and praise to the Most High that there are masculines here that's ready to stand in the gap. All right, hot shot. Why would he have 3 men in the triune? Come on, wisdom. She is back. She teaches her sons read the Torah. Thank you. If dark shadow masculine energy is what locked down, and unalived these feminines with these spiritual gifts, guess what's got to undo that? Light masculine energy. That's why the Most High is given his unleashed men in this realm that have balanced chakras. They are balanced between chakras 1 and through chakra 7. They're balanced. They get that download through that crown chakra and they run with it. Their chakras are balanced. They're not over masculine. They're not over feminine. They got balanced energy. It takes light working masculine energy to undo the dark masculine energy. So y'all get mad at me if you want. You ain't mad at me. You mad at who sent me. And therefore, I ain't worried about you because I ain't doing nothing but my job. I ain't doing nothing but what I was sent here to do. You ain't mad at me. You mad at who sent me. So go ahead. Take it up with management. All right. Abraham protected the gate. He sat at the gate to watch and prevent unwanted in the camp. Torah. Man, she dropping them coins today. Cassandra, you a Cancer Moon too? Shout out to you. So I already know what you're working with, Cassandra. You can feel people. You can feel a room before you get in it sometimes. You can feel people's energy remotely. It's the blessing and the burden of the Cancer Moon. It's a blessing and a burden. It's a blessing to be able to feel. It's also a burden sometimes to be able to feel. But that burden is placed upon you because you don't want that burden on you anymore. So you do what is necessary to lift that burden off of you. And in doing so, you lift it off of the source of that energy. When it was given to you to carry by somebody who ain't strong enough to carry it on their own. That's why these Cancer Moons are in the earth. That's why these Cancer Risings are in the earth. That's why some of these Cancer Suns are in the earth. 100% excellent teaching, Matt. Thank you, Torah Girl. I appreciate it. Just Because said, good lesson. Hey, what's up, Just Because? Thank you for being here. Mariah Stella, being married is not for the masses. It's not. Agree. Want a different soul placement? Done here. She's done with it. I hear you. I feel you. Like degrees, not for the majority. Exactly. Thank you, Mariah. Cassandra, yep. Thanks to all you masculine balance protectors. Yep. So that's all I got, family. That's all I got. I'm going to run off of here. She said, what about the sun? What about the red sun last month? I heard about that, Mariah. I heard about it. I keep hearing, I have not read enough about the Hopi prophecy and the red star and the blue star Kachina. Maybe I'll find some literature on that and study it, and maybe I'll do a presentation on it. I don't know, but there are others out there that are doing it. So y'all can get on social media. You can get on YouTube. You can get on TikTok, whatever, and just do a search on red and blue star Kachina and see what people are talking about. There's a lot. You said you saw it with your naked eye. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of people out here doing this light work. There's a lot of people out here shining their lights bright to drive the darkness out. I'm just one. I'm just one of many. But I'm going to keep doing what I do. And y'all, before I end tonight, I'm going to reiterate. I came on here to share that update because I want y'all to see how powerful this healing energy is that's being poured out in the earth right now. And it's being poured out through y'all. Y'all are the portals. Y'all are divine portals for healing energy. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody stop you. You have a hyper amount of divine angelic protection. All you got to do is put forth the will. That used to be a prayer I would repeat, and I still do to this day, just not as much anymore because I don't feel like I need to. But that used to be a prayer I used to repeat in my youth. I used to say, I would take a deep breath and I say, Father, if you give me the strength, I'll provide the will. You give me the strength, I'll provide the will. Sometimes when you look at a task, it looks daunting. But I thank the Most High for my Capricorn placement too. Capricorn's a sign of the achiever and the overcomer. We'll do it by ourselves if we have to. And sometimes it's a lonely road. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's a lonely road. But you know what? Father, if you give me the strength, I'll provide the will. That's for somebody. Y'all put that in your back pocket. Hotshot said, I was at the park when the sun turned a pretty pink. I took a picture of it. I'm going to print it out and blow it up. Wow. Everybody's seeing it. Everybody's seeing it. It looks like the cooperatives logos. Everybody's seeing it. So y'all, that's all I got. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate you. Listen, y'all be well, stay strong, stay positive, stay high vibrational. And it's probably a great time to get off here because they're tripping with the connection now. But do two things for me, y'all, before y'all get off of here. Tap that 3 things. Tap that like button if you haven't on your way out. Please do. It definitely, all the likes help the channel. They do. So share this video with somebody you think might want to hear that message. And for those of y'all that's just chiming in, you didn't see that original video and you want to see the whole story, the link is in the description box, okay? So 2 more things. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. You got to show it. Showing it. Thank God I'm in that energy. A lot of people be like, man, look, it's 2:00 in the morning, man. You don't have to call me tomorrow. That's showing love. That's what I talk about. It's one thing to say it. It's something different to show it. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. Love is a verb. Yes, a noun too, a state of being. But when we focus on the verb, showing love, the noun form, the state of being, takes care of itself automatically. Be the love that you want to see. Love yourself. If I love me, I ain't worried about who love me and who don't. That's the energy y'all got to be in. That is how you balance. That's another way to balance. Self-love is a balancing of your divine, your inner divine masculine, inner divine feminine. All right. So be the love you want to see. And last but not least, I say this all the time. I'm going to say it again. The only way you're going to arrive at your destiny, the only way you're going to fulfill your destiny is by operating in the energy of 100% authenticity. If you're not being authentic, who are you? You have to operate. You have to be authentic. That's the only way you're going to arrive at your destiny. If you don't fulfill your destiny, you show up again the next lifetime with a big fat R next to your North Node. You're more than likely going to be born. If you don't fulfill your destiny, I would practically guarantee you that you're going to be born your next lifetime with a North Node in retrograde. You got to do it again. It's like getting left back in school. Who wants to come back to the same grade with a bunch of youngins that you didn't know in the previous? All your friends have gone on to the next grade, and you in there with the youngins. Let's see if you can get some extra credit in summer school. I don't know if they got some extra credit in the between life stage where you're between lifetimes. I don't know if they got extra credit. If they got extra credit, some of y'all might want to sign up for that extra credit. So you can move on with your soul group and not get assigned to another one. Just saying. I don't know if it works like that, but it is what it is. That's all I got for you. What's up, Lady Dag Status? Thank you for joining. That's okay. That's all right. You're going to get it from the beginning. So that's all I got, family. Listen, tap that like button on your way out. And if you're new to the channel and you like being entertained, educated, uplifted, and inspired, what's up, Ali Roo? Hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is set to all. Not personalized, because you might miss it. Make sure that notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I'm either live or when I upload new content, family. That's all I got. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for sharing in this experience with me. Y'all are the best. Peace, y'all.